So I was looking at like a list of different conventions and stuff that are happening, just to kind of see if like there's something fun to explore and like look at that I didn't know about.
For sure.
Um, do you know there was a SawCon?
A saw con?
Yeah.
Nope. I did not know that.
Do you wanna go?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it about saws or is it about the movie Saw?
No, it's about SawCon D's nuts. Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I'm eating cereal.
Yes, you are. What is it?
It's marshmallow mateys, but with Cocoa Puffs.
Marshmallow mateys?
Marshmallow mateys, boy.
Okay, do you want to say that like it's not the most obscure cereal in the world?
Okay, well, when you grow up poor and you buy cereal at Walmart, you don't get the brand name stuff. You don't get Cocoa Puffs. And wait, is that the brand name?
Yeah.
You don't get Lucky Charms. You get marshmallow mateys.
See, you're coming at me and claiming I have privilege, but you had the privilege of getting sugary cereal. I had to eat Kix and Cinnamon Life growing up. Those were the healthy ones.
That's rough, buddy. We had Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but not the brand name stuff. The Cinnamon Spooners, I think they were called.
I don't think you're allowed to say that anymore.
We had Fruity Dino Bites instead of Fruity Pebbles. Cocoa Dino Bites, obviously. Instead of Reese's Puffs, I'm pretty sure it was just like chocolate peanut butter puffs or something like that. Like it was, you know, it is what it is. I grew up obviously with the off-brand stuff because it's cheaper. And now when I try to eat like the brand name stuff, specifically Pop-Tarts, I can't do it. Like I cannot eat regular
Pop-Tarts.
I can eat off-brand Pop-Tarts and enjoy them quite a bit, but the brand name Pop-Tarts are so disgusting to me, texture-wise and flavor-wise.
That is absolutely wild. I've never heard that before, and I don't understand that at all.
Listen, the off-brand Pop-Tarts have this like crispy texture to them. So when you eat them, it's not like you're eating a stale piece of bread. It's like you're crunching down and like the icing kind of like chips off. I don't know how to explain it. They're so much better. They're so much better.
I don't think that's any sort of descriptor that I would want to give to a Pop-Tart, though.
When you toast it, what do you want it to feel like in your mouth?
First off, why are you toasting a Pop-Tart?
They're called toaster tarts. Like they're for the toaster. You're supposed to toast them.
No.
Yeah. What do you think pop is for, Connor? It pops out of the toaster. That's why it's named that.
They can say whatever they want. I'm in charge now. I'm taking it from here. You sold me the box. I don't have to follow the instructions. Okay? I eat them room temperature like a true American.
Mm-mm. That's nasty.
No.
Gross.
You know what's gross?
What?
There's psychopaths out there that eat them frozen.
What?
Yeah. Read the box. You're getting at me for not reading the instructions. There's instructions for how to eat them chilled.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that. I think we can both come together, whether we agree that you should toast them or not, we can both come together and agree that you should not freeze them.
Unless you're like a valued member of our community, and then like, hey, you can do what you want. That's what it means to be a garlic boy. I mean, don't do whatever you want. I've been fighting with people on the internet all week about doing whatever we want because no, I don't want to talk about that because I'm just going to get angrier.
Fair enough.
All I'm saying is remember to tuck in your thumb. No, don't curl it. Tuck it, and use these two knuckles when you're
knuckles when you're punching.
Because you don't want to break your back too. Learned that when I took Taekwondo.
Make sure your wrist is straight with your arm.
Everything straight.
Everything should be straight behind the wrist. You know,
and remember to follow through because that you want to keep your power going. You don't want to just stop when you connect.
Speaking of power, use the hips. You got it.
Right.
You're not just putting your arm out there. You're twisting your hips to kind of give that power.
If you want the full torque, like
yeah, hips are where the power's at. That's what I learned from a few boxing movies.
What I learned from the few boxing lessons I got.
I actually have been thinking about taking up boxing, not specifically for the punch factor, but for the dodge factor. Like I want to up my dexterity so that I'm able to like see a punch coming and dodge it. It would help me in my line of work. It would also help me when the revolution happens and I'm punching people in the face.
See, I'm not gonna be someone who dodges. I don't have the dexterity for that.
Right.
I'm a blocker.
Yeah, for sure.
Pop.
I have obviously never been in a fight. Like I don't know if that's obvious about me. Never been in a fight. And I always watch boxing movies, and I know that when you're in the fight, it's so much harder, especially when you've already taken a few blows and you're already like tired and it's been, a grueling match. But put your freaking hands up. Like I get it. And I know why you're not. Come on. It's like I want to just reach in there and like pull your hands in front of your face. Like
just cover your face. Cover your face. What's so hard about covering your face?
Fundamentals.
See, that's why I choose to fight unlike barbarian.
See, we just go in swords blazing. I think we'll be all right in the apocalypse.
Exactly. There's always going to be a weapon available when you're surrounded by weapons, not when you become one.
Exactly. If this is
Can't
going
run
on
out
TikTok,
of ammo with a sword.
If this is going on TikTok, this is a prop weapon.
These are fake weapons.
Fake weapons. Prop. Literally, this would shatter if I tried to use it. It's plastic.
Yes.
This is metal.
Very plastic here.
Hear that? Plastic.
Did I talk about this sword yet?
Yeah, you did. But I'd love to hear about it again.
So first off, it's engraved with my name. And it was a gift from Autumn on Christmas because of a TikTok I sent her of the old Celtic tradition of when a man proposed to a woman and gave her the ring, she would then give him a sword in response. And she was like, what, you want a sword now? I was like, I've always wanted a sword, but if I'm going to give you a ring, I want a sword. Well, she bought me that for Christmas. So it was time for me to finally live up to my end of the bargain and give her that ring.
What are you talking about? What?
I'm engaged, brother.
What? I had no idea. This is all news to me. Wow.
I don't got a girlfriend anymore, dog. I got a fiance.
Wow, that's crazy, dog. I didn't see it coming at all.
see it coming.
I didn't fiancé it coming. Man, that's crazy.
I really wish I
Wow.
didn't fiance that now.
Congratulations. Not on that
Thanks.
joke, but on being engaged. That was a terrible, terrible series of jokes and pun. But it's good stuff.
That's,
We're both engaged now at the same time.
and it's crazy.
And we're having a double wedding.
Yes. As much fun as it would be to get married before you after getting engaged after you. I think the double wedding is the best way for us to go about this.
You're going to find out real quick just how much those prices add up. Ugh. Like, we haven't even like booked a single thing, and I'm already dreading all of it.
I've started thinking about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that costs so much. That's going to cost money. That's going to cost money. And it's like, just thinking about how many things I can get just from kindness of people. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, we borrowed a bunch of candles just yesterday.
I borrowed a bunch of candles from friends. One of our friends came down. She's an incredible photographer. She took pictures for me and then told me that she's going to do it for our wedding and engagement photos and all of that.
For free.
For free, yeah. Shout out to Erin. She knows who she is.
Legos. Get out of there. Sorry.
Close the door.
I made the bad decision of leaving the door open. And my cat's being a menace. Sorry. Yeah. Aaron. Shout out to Aaron. You're great.
So you know how sometimes I have the tendency to say really long stories and take up so much of the podcast and you don't get to talk?
Great. Yeah. I love those moments. Those are my favorites.
Okay. I want to talk about what happened last night with you.
It was
you were there, but I want to tell the story and you could jump in every once in a while. But I've been on record so many times, I think, on this podcast and just in my everyday life about talking about how my life is a sitcom. And I don't know why I thought me proposing would change that fact.
You know, when you propose, all that childish sitcom-y stuff just goes out the window. It goes out the window.
I just thought, like, I've always was like, I'm just gonna have a normal wedding because I don't want to have like a, oh no, the priest has his head stuck in a fishbowl and now he can't do the service. And like if I ever get to write a sitcom, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna get married. And then the episode's going to start with the service going off without a hitch. And like, wow, that service and reception were kind of boring. Yeah, nothing happened. Because I hate the trope of like the wedding being this big.
And then then a bunch of terrorists are going to come in and start holding everybody hostage.
Right. There's always something that like throws off the magic of the day.
But like, I know we'll continue with the story in a minute. There are good parts to sitcoms too, though. Like Mark Hamill in Big Bang Theory conducted what's his face's wedding,
or Sheldon's.
Yeah, okay. Sheldon's wedding. Was the ordained minister in Sheldon's wedding.
Hey so Siri, set a reminder to email Mark Hamill.
You know how many emails he probably got after that episode? I'm sorry. Continue.
So I have been planning for a few months now for this proposal, and I decided I wanted to do it the day after our 1 year anniversary, because I always told myself that if I was going to truly know I wanted to be ready to be married, I'd have to be dating someone for at least a year. And since I knew months ago, and I wanted to stick firm to that, because if I can survive a year with someone, I think I can survive forever with them.
You're going to get pregnant on your honeymoon, aren't you?
I hope I don't. But so I was planning for the 23rd for a long time. I had my friend Courtney take Autumn out to go get her nails done so that they matched the ring, and like it was so that her fingers were nice. So when we took the photos, I asked Matt to come down and help me like set things up and kind of like keep me calm. And we had our other friend Amber take Autumn out for a distraction dinner. Now that's an important piece of information. So I get off work. Matt's coming down. We meet up for a dinner beforehand. We go to a restaurant called Mad Max or Mad Mex, and we're sitting sort of right behind the hostess booth. And Matt and I have our backs to the door, and Mia is with him as well, and she's facing towards the door. And we just finished eating. We're about to get our bills to pay and leave. And Mia goes, "Is that Autumn?" I go, "What?" And she's like, "I think I just saw Autumn." So Autumn and I have her location, so I go on and I check, and she's in the same shopping center we are. And I panic, throw my debit card at Matt, and run and hide in the bathroom stall. At that point, I then text our Amber, who is supposed to be distracting Autumn, and I was like, "Hey, are you at Mad Mix right now?" She's like, "Yeah, why?" And I was like, "Well, I'm also there, and I can't leave without her seeing me."
Yeah, because they were seated at like the bar area right in front of the door. Like you could see the door from all angles.
Not only were they seated right in front of the door, Autumn was in the seat facing the door.
Yeah.
And so I'm panicking because like she sees me, she's gonna automatically assume something's up. Like that's what's happening in my head. But like Matt and Mia could probably get away because they could just be like, "Oh, we were just down here by happen chance. It's cool that we ran into you. That's funny." Blah 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 blah. But I'm panicking because the only entrance is blocked. I'm texting Amber. I'm texting Matt. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get out of this place without her noticing me. Because I'm also wearing my Nicktoons sweatshirt, which is one of her favorite sweatshirts of mine, and is so noticeable as a 400-pound man to be wearing.
Bright white,
Bright white,
vibrant colors of like obviously Nickelodeon.
It's 90s like in your face pizzazz.
Yeah.
And so Amber suggests I talk to the waitress and see if she can help me out. So she's clearing our table and comes back and I go, "Excuse me, I need your help. I'm so sorry. I'm proposing to my girlfriend tonight, and we stopped here to get dinner beforehand, and she just showed up here, and I didn't know she was going to be here, and I don't want her to see me because I want it to be a surprise." And she fully short circuited. I think she just went, "Okay, give me a minute," and walked into the back. And all three of us are now huddled up in a grouping by the bathrooms, right by like the kitchen door. She comes back out and she goes, "Okay, follow me." Matt and Mia go out the front.
Mia and I were like, I was like, look to the left when we go out there. So like I'm looking out the window, like my head turned away from Autumn so that she couldn't see me. Even if she like kind of half recognized me, she could not confirm that it was me. But Mia was like, "Huh? What?" Like, she was like, "Oh," I was like, "Dude, get with it."
No, but she has an excuse though. She has a twin, so we could have just been like, "Oh no, that was her sister."
A twin that looks nothing like her. God,
Matt, we had options. We could have kept lying.
It's a triplet, a secret triplet that we didn't know about.
Don't you know if you're going to get out of trouble with your loved one, you just keep lying to them. Anyways, Matt and me are running out the front. I'm being taken through the kitchen, which is has a downstairs to get to the back door. I probably shouldn't have told that part on the internet, but hey, I didn't touch anything. It was fine. No one got hurt. I accepted all liability walking into the kitchen. They sneak me out through the back door.
He touched every single.
I didn't touch anything.
He licked every tortilla.
Stop it. They walk me out through the back door, and she's like, "Okay, if you walk down past the dumpsters, you can find stairs to get back up to the top. Congratulations. I hope it goes well for you." And then closes the door. Well, there's a set of stairs up on the other side of it that brings me back up to the main part of the shopping mall plaza, whatever it is. And I'm walking up it, as I'm walking up, I realize that the entrance to the restaurant is open air during the summertime, which means there's a wall of windows that she can see out of if she's looking close enough. And again, 6 foot tall, 400-pound man in a brightly colored sweatshirt that she recognizes from so far away because I'm beloved for life.
Of course.
So what can I do to make myself seem different? Well, I'm wearing my iconic hat, so I flip it upside down so that the bobble's not there and it changes color. I then put my hood up, tuck my hair in because I had it down for the proposal, and then tighten the hoodie around my face to kind of hide my features as much as possible, and sort of just like walk like this away from the restaurant to my car, in hopes that she just thinks it's another 400-pound man in the same sweatshirt that she loves so much. Luckily, we get out of there, no trouble.
Right. She didn't notice this at all.
Not at all. She had no clue we were there.
Her, in hindsight, she had no idea.
We get to the spot where we're setting up. We turn on all the candles, make sure everything's working, and we set them all up outside because it wasn't. It was such an intelligent move to do this out in the cold last night.
Yeah. Hey, I was like, Connor, are we gonna do this inside? Like, which room are we gonna do it in? And he's like, no, I was thinking about outside. That's it's a spot that means a lot to us. I was like, you do realize it's like 10 degrees out right now and snowing actively.
It wasn't snowing yet, but yeah, it wasn't. Look, there was like history and like reason behind it. It's just like, look, it's not going to be outside for too long.
Right.
And plus, I already convinced her not to wear the outfit where she was going to be really cold. I don't want to say convinced because that makes it seem like it was like coercion. She wanted to wear this one outfit. She wanted to wear this one outfit, but I was like, I know she's going to be cold. And plus, I don't know if she wants to wear these in the photos. So like, I want her to like be happy looking back on it about what was going on. So I just kept like casually saying like, hey, if you think you're going to be warm enough in that, go ahead. She stepped one step outside, felt how cold it was, and decided to change on her own.
Manipulation.
It was her decision. It was her decision, not mine.
Yeah.
She's a strong, independent woman. She doesn't need to listen to me. Anyway, so we get done setting up. I get changed, and I sit down to relax before she gets there. And I text Amber to see where she is. She's like, "Oh, we're leaving." I was like, and she's like, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "I guess we are." I get Erin set up to take videos and photos with her and her fiance. I have Matt do a check over my outfit, make sure like I'm all set. I look at Autumn's location again to see where she is. See she's right down the street. I go outside and stand there. We have like a crescent of candles set up, and then like a runway down to me at like where and I'm standing at the crescent. And we have Amber pull around and stop right at the end there. And she tells her, I think this is for you. And she gets out of the car. And the first thing that Autumn she yells at me from the end of the aisle and goes, "What is this? What's going on? What are you doing here?" And just the whole time she's walking toward me, there's such a look of confusion on her face. I'm not understanding what I'm talking about as I'm like pouring out my heart to her. I don't even really remember what I said because I didn't write anything. I just improv'd it because that's what I'm better at.
Yeah.
And then I told her like, oh, I've always said that I didn't want to get married until I was with somebody for 1 year. Well, today's 1 year and 1 day, and I kneel down, pull out the ring, say, Autumn, will you marry me? And she goes, wait, what? Yes, wait, what? She was just so confused. She's like, she looks and she looks around for a second and goes, I have a fiance? And then like I hear Erin laughing and she's like, wait, there's someone up there taking pictures? And I go, yeah, pictures and video, they're up there. And there's like, and then Matt came out and me and like we were all like celebrating and chatting. We called everyone, sent out pictures and all that, and it was just a really great night. And we're like, yeah, and it was crazy that you didn't find out. Like we almost ran into each other at the restaurant. She's like, I had no idea you were there too. and like told her that whole story of like how the panic and like turns out every time I was panicking because I thought she was figuring some aspect of the plan out, she had absolutely no clue. The entire thing was a surprise and it went off. I want to say without a hitch, but like honestly, for how well my life goes, that was without a hitch.
I took some pictures. They're not professional quality. I mean, they're from a phone 50 feet away.
Right.
But I'm gonna send them to you. Oh, attached limit reached. That's baloney.
What are you sending it on? Send it over the other one.
No, I just had to send them in like essentially 2 messages.
Oh.
Beans. Wait, did those send or did they not send? I don't think they sent. I have terrible service. Oh, they all sent. Good. Sweet.
Oh, these are great.
They're nothing like what a professional camera did. I'm sure. I hope they all turned out well. But
Well, this one is just your naked butt.
oh yeah, sorry. Well, that one I wanted to just add in.
Okay.
Just a little something for you.
Okay.
You know?
I appreciate it. That's
Congratulations, you got engaged. It's my naked butt.
Here's what you're missing out on now. Speaking of you and me getting engaged,
Right.
expect this in a formal email later on, but she wanted me to let you know that you have been promoted back up to girlfriend number 1.
You have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
But unfortunately, she is now your boss, as she is the fiance number 1, which has all hiring and firing privileges over the girlfriend status.
Well, I'll make sure I sue if I get fired. You know.
I mean, you signed the contract. That's on you.
Right. But in the contract, it also says that I cannot be fired without compensation.
Unfortunately, Pennsylvania is an at-will state. You can be fired for any reason at any time.
Unless it's in the contract, Connor, which I just read to you, plain as day, legal terms and all.
I got a nat 20. That doesn't count.
I got a nat 35, so
There's no such thing as a nat 35.
There is now.
So that was my week. How was yours?
Well, what did I do this week? I didn't really do anything, and my job was my job. You know, there wasn't really anything going on. The kids surprisingly behaved themselves for the most part. Today, though, as we record this, but not as you're listening to it, today I am going to Mr. Tokyo to get all you can eat sushi with Mia and my nephew, and I'm stoked.
I like all you can eat sushi. I'm sad I can't go.
I was gonna say, wouldn't that be hilarious if like we got there and then you guys were just there?
I can't go, unfortunately. I have a trip this weekend with my youth group.
A cancelable trip.
It's not cancelable.
It's not as important as sushi. Everybody knows this.
I feel like that's an argument I could definitely have.
Okay, argument here. Just bring them all. Just bring them all to Mr. Tokyo.
Actually, that's a solid argument I think I could make.
I know. I know.
That's definitely something I could probably convince them to do.
Normally, we wouldn't come all the way down there to get sushi, unless it was like with you guys. But my nephew has been to the local places up here, and I wanted to take him to get all you can eat sushi and not just like, a couple rolls. I hope he eats more than 2 because otherwise we're not getting our money's worth.
For sure. Plus, like, there's different kinds that you can get.
Yeah.
Like, tell him to get the American Dream. It's really good.
Sounds good. Will do. I don't know what he likes, if I'm being honest. I don't know if it's like he just eats California rolls and thinks he loves sushi.
Well, if he gets appetizers, that's also a part of it, and so that can like supplement that.
True.
And there's hibachi that you can get, and so like if he's not too much into the sushi, there's other options.
I made him salmon rolls for his birthday. And he's so blunt and straightforward. He was like, these are good, but they're definitely not as good as like restaurant sushi. And I'm like, no dip, Sherlock. I handmade these with my hands.
I am not a sushi chef, so it's not going to be good sushi.
It's like mediocre sushi. It's like that sushi you get from like a Chinese buffet. That's like, okay, it's edible. I'm not gonna die or get sick, but it ain't
technically food.
Yeah. And then tomorrow, for the first time in a long time, I just get to do nothing. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna sit on my couch, probably play some video games. Mia's gonna sit on the couch, probably read or knit because she's an old lady, and then we're gonna go to bed and then wake up the next day to go to church.
I just need to remind you at some point you will need to edit this podcast.
Yeah,
I literally just told you I'm going away for the weekend.
Yeah, but I thought that you could like do it, while you're on the trip, maybe like in the car.
No.
I mean,
no.
There's Paneras all over the place. They're countrywide. You could just
I won't have a car.
But you'll be in a vehicle, right?
No.
How are you walking? Are you walking to where this trip is?
No, those like bike bars that you can get, like where everyone pedals, like a pedal pub.
You are not riding a bike.
Yeah, we're doing a pedal pub.
Where? Why?
Why not?
Where is? I don't want you to give specific. I don't want you to give specifics, but like, where is this trip going?
Alaska.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've always
Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Alabama.
I've always wanted to pedal through Canada all the way to Alaska on a pedal bar.
I don't think anyone's done it before, so
I didn't know they made national pedal bars. Like I thought they were usually local to a city.
They don't make national ones; they make international ones, which is how I'm able to drive it through Canada.
Well, I mean, yes, but only to get to Alaska, which is part of.
That is part of it, yes, but
because the only other way to get to Alaska is by boat. So maybe you just like go on a ferry and you just keep pedaling. But like,
sorry, are you fully forgetting that planes exist?
How are you going to put a pedal bike on a plane, Connor?
You load it.
No, you can't.
Yes.
No, it's too
not
big.
On a Boeing 737, but on one of the military transport planes.
Oh, right. So the military is just going to take time out of their day where they're trying to take over Greenland and Canada, and they're just going to put you in one of their military planes with the pedal bar.
If they're trying to take over Canada, the best way to do it is to pedal through. I'm unsuspecting. No one's going to suspect me when I take over.
Don't you know right now they're focused on the Gulf of America? They have to finagle the Gulf of America away from Mexico.
Yeah, and then we have to take back the Panama Canal from China. Because we didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama.
That's like say, oh, man. I'm getting heated right now. That's like giving somebody something. Like this is a gift to them. Like you have allowed them to have it. It is no longer in your possession, and then dictating what they do with it, right? Like if you give somebody a used bookshelf, for example, hey, I'm selling this bookshelf. I don't want it anymore. You can have it. And then being like, oh, but you have to dust it every week. You have to make sure you never give it away to anybody else. You can only put this certain type of books on it. And if anything happens to it, I'm just going to take it back. Like, excuse me? excuse me. That's not how it works. Not how it works.
That would be like if you came onto somebody else's land, took it from them, said that you can only have this part, and then decided later on that actually you wanted that part and they had to move somewhere else.
Oops. We've already done that.
What are you going to do? Cry about it?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Leave a trail of tears?
Leave a trail of tears? Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
It's not tyranny if we're not a monarchy.
It's not tyranny if we're not making tears.
It's tyranny.
If we're not making tear rainy.
I didn't tear their knee, so it's not tyranny.
I commented on I again, I don't care. I don't care about anything that you could comment on this video that has to do with politics. I don't care. However, I did comment on one of AOC's posts. She posted on TikTok. Apparently, like, people have been getting unfollowed, like, not by choice. Yeah. Like she has been getting unfollowed by people. And they're like, what the heck? So they go and follow her again. And then like a couple hours later, they look, they're not following her. Weird stuff. Maybe it's just a glitch in the app. Who knows? Anyway, so I commented on one of her posts and I was like, am I a bad person if I just like don't want to be here anymore? Like, if I just don't want to participate in this style of government anymore, is that okay? Am I a bad? Because like I saw somebody's post, somebody made a post and made me feel bad about wanting to leave. They're like, I can't leave this country because if I leave, then I'm leaving all the people that can't afford to and that just don't have the ability to move to a different country. I'm leaving all of them alone with the bad people. And I was like, are you really going to make me feel bad for wanting to leave? Like, where, I don't know, where's the point where my own mental health has to come above the millions of people that I don't know, but I do care about? You know what I mean? I don't know. It made me feel bad. And now I don't like it.
Just, it's hard being people with empathy.
Right.
Because, and not to bring it to like, oh, woe is me as two straight white cis males. Like I fully understand. I have all the privilege. I fully get it. But like, being that I understand that I have privilege and being someone that wants to help others not have like what I have, but like just be able to live their lives unimpeded by other people's ignorance and hate.
Yeah.
Remember, these knuckles, not these knuckles.
That's how you get a boxer's fracture, is by hitting with these two knuckles.
Or if you want to do an open palm, 45 degrees and hit with the butt of your like the heel of your palm here, not your fingers. The fingers makes it stingy. This makes it broken.
Yes. Yeah. Also shoving, aim for the nose. Aim for the nose.
If you pop someone to the nose, their eyes water, they're definitely like they can't see anymore. Kneel down, speed bag.
Oh man, you know how bad that would hurt. You know how bad that would hurt?
They deserve to feel that pain.
Jeez,
if you think that he did nothing wrong, you deserve to have your balls speed bagged. And Matt, use that for the clip. Use this. I don't care anymore. The Garlic Boys are taking a stance.
I think I'm gonna make I'm gonna make a sticker for this. 100%. Like after this, sticker. Get speed bagged. That's gonna be my new term. Instead of like get wrecked or whatever. Like
get speed bag pleb. Somebody called me a chud this week.
What?
I don't know.
Hold on, is that on Urban Dictionary? Let's find out.
The incels from Reddit were mad at me because I made a post about how it's not a Roman salute.
100%. Okay, yeah, that's a word, and it's on Urban Dictionary. What? Okay, so there's one term for it: a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller, defined in the 1984 movie of the same name. It also means an unattractive person whose defining characteristic of their personality is their egotism. Most often used to describe typically one-dimensional preps, chotches, or the like, a particularly mean insult. It should not be taken nor thrown around lightly. Or anyone who has no good qualities at all. A-holes, morons, idiots, jerks, preppy pieces of garbage, metalheads, meatheads. So yeah, there you go. Oh, it could also mean a combination of Chad and stud.
I also got called a leftist a bunch.
I mean, I don't know if the boot fits. Oh, ha ha ha. A chud could also be a term to describe a conservative Republican, someone who is either racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, xenophobic, fascist, a bootlicker, or all of the above.
I don't know how that applies to me.
It doesn't.
I'm fighting against the bootlickers and the goose steppers.
Exactly.
Look, if you want to know the video I'm talking about, go over to TikTok at the Connor O'Connor. Find the video, like it, share it. Argue with everyone in the comments about how they don't understand what they're talking about. The Roman salute is not a real thing. It is a fascist salute, and that's all it ever has meant or will mean.
Romans were fascists too.
Guess where Rome is, Matt? Guess where Rome is? Tell me what country Rome is in.
Italy.
Okay. Do you know where the birthplace of fascism is?
Italy.
Oh!
Got him!
Mussolini started it. Hitler co-opted it.
There you go.
Ah.
You know what's
still fascism?
Do you know it's not a fascist salute? These fingers, boys.
Been holding this in all week. Also, everyone was just concerned with how fat I was. There were so many people. One of them was I never like approved the comment because it wasn't worth it. It was like somebody called me a person, like somebody defending me to this person called me a person. Like, yeah, they're not person shaped, they're more shaped like a watermelon. I was like, cool, dude. Yeah, I'm fat. You got me.
You know what my favorite fruit is?
You know what my favorite fruit is? Respecting women. One person commented that it looked like my decor looked like I lived in my mother's house, which I get. Like, they didn't see this angle because of where I had did it from, but the table I have was my great grandmother's, so I understand that. There's flowery stuff. Also, if I was, you got me. I lived with my mom, sure.
You know
but
what?
I responded to that comment with, no, I actually live with your mom.
I know. I thought that was solid. What is insane to me is that if you're renting, which in your case you are,
right?
If you're renting, there's only so much you can do to make it not look like an old person's house, right? Like there are nice rentals, sure, but like where you're currently renting, yeah, maybe the architecture is kind of like a mom's house. That's not his fault. He's renting. Like, it has nothing to do with why.
You think I want white walls?
Oh man, the freaking landlord special, man. I hate it. I hate what is white? Why? Why does anybody like white?
Actually, these are more of a cream color.
It doesn't matter. It's off white. Why does anybody like white? It gets the dirtiest. It's the cleanest color for like a day.
I don't like white. I prefer black.
That's his flag. I don't know if you knew this. His fiance is black.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of the Garlic Boys. I guess we still have TikTok available, so if you want to find us, head on over to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can follow me on Threads. What are the other ones? Oh, go over and support us on Patreon so we can keep making this show.
If you want to signal to your fellow people, possibly enemies, that you will speed bag the crap out of them, get our stickers on Redbubble. I'm gonna make that one shortly today.
I can't wait to see how you make that design and what it actually is going to be.
I don't know yet, but it's gonna be. Oh, I have the perfect idea. All right, I got it.
And if you want to watch video versions of this podcast, you can go over to our YouTube channel at the Garlic Boys, youtube.com/@thegarlicboys. Sorry, and subscribe there to get video versions as well as the video versions of the Clever Boy quiz. Matt, do you have any supplementary mom report? That's what it was.
There you go. I don't have a supplementary mom report, but it's my friend's birthday, so I'm gonna put that in place of my supplementary mom report. Tessa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday! I don't think you listened to this, but who cares? Happy birthday.
It was my friend Courtney's birthday on Monday, and so I'm gonna shout her out because she's a mom as well.
Actually, is a mom. All right.
There's actually a ton of birthdays this week. I apparently have a lot of friends that are Aquariuses.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know that.
I don't even know what an Aquarius is.
That
where you put your baby fish?
What? Thank you so much for listening. And remember, as always, to stay garlicky. What about a big fish?
A beta fish. You said Aquarius, like aquarium. Connor, come on, dude.
You're a beta fish.
I'm trying to improv here. I know I wasn't part of Blues Line.